Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Love Our Life Vlog. As of yesterday, it was announced that Poseidon's Fury will be closing here at Islands of Adventure, here in Universal Orlando Resort. And it got me thinking, what would be a great replacement? Now there are rumors going around, some are more credible than others. Some of the things I'm going to talk about today are just purely like what I would like to see, but I will kind of convey to you guys what I've heard that are actual rumors, what's what I would like to see, and vice versa. And then we're also going to see kind of what's new also here at Islands of Adventure, because we don't always come here a lot for updates. So there are a couple of things I would like to show you guys today. So let's get inside the park. So come on. Enjoy me. It's a rainy day today, but it's really peaceful out here. Crowds are still here, obviously, but it's still super peaceful. Still gonna start out in City Walk with Big Fire. First thing I want to show you is this. So right here beside Big Fire, this fountain that's normally here, that goes down here along with the steps, is closed off. So they're just redoing brickwork from what I understand right here. But I really do like this fountain, so hopefully it won't take them that long. You know, Universal and their brickwork, they love redoing it. Why not? And for more Universal content, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button. And the park hours today are 9 o'clock till 9. The port of entry is always cool to come into and hang out. They have all kinds of little shops in here, waterfalls, and everything. And of course, you guys know my favorite store here is the port of entry Christmas. We're not going to go in there today. It's not quite Christmas time yet. But let's get going. Oh, it looks like we have some performers out here today. I've given up soda, but I'm telling you, when it's a hot day like this looks amazing right now. Hey buddy, you leading the way today? And there it looms, our subject matter of the video today. Now to get to the Lost Continent, you're going to take a right when you enter the park, and then go through Seuss Landing, and you're going to cut through right over here, and Lost Continent's right back there, pretty much. And right across this bridge lies the Lost Continent. As you enter the Lost Continent, there is this griffin slash fish thing. I always call him Griffy, sitting here. He's pretty cool. So keep that in mind for what we're going to talk about in a minute. Also, Mythos Restaurant is another area here that could potentially be rethemed. Remember that, we'll talk about that too. And there it lies, the attraction itself. Poseidon's Fury. This is the whole discussion of the video. This is the whole discussion online, on Twitter, Instagram. Everyone is very upset, very, I wouldn't say remorseful, but very unforgiving when it comes to this attraction. They do have the fountain on today, that's pretty cool. I don't always see it on. One of my favorite parts though about this attraction. Here's what's crazy to me about this attraction officially closing, is they just finished the refurbishment last year. Now we discussed this in yesterday's video, talking about that, but I think what's crazy about it is that we just have the new paint job done. All this green that was done here is brand new. All this is new. So they redid that. They redid things down here in the system, like the actual queue itself. Everything just redone. It was interesting. I heard a family asking, what is this, to one of the team members, and they said, oh, it's a 20-minute walk-through attraction. And that was the complaint about this ride when it opened in 1999. A lot of people thought it was going to be like a dark ride, you know, a sit-down ride, but it's actually just a walk-through attraction. While a lot of people are disappointed in this closing, I would like to offer a difference of opinion of why it's important for this to close and why This is the one thing that I agree that Universal should close. There's a lot to be said that could be done for this particular attraction and for this particular land here in Islands of Adventure. There's a lot that can be done just right here with replacing some things, retheming it, and so on. Your first kind of clue is this is a temple. The old Bigfoot. Gotta love it. It is awesome. I mean, it really is cool. The two big feet here, and of course, the arm holding the trident. All that is really cool. It's really themed really well. And all this is pretty amazing. And even the head over here is cool too. I mean, that is really, really cool. But for as much as it looks cool and has an amazing queue, an amazing facade, the attraction itself does not live up to the hype of what this is. And then we come to the market square itself. Restaurants, shops, all kinds of stuff through here. They have places for like getting jewelry, picture pearl here. Another quick service restaurant, Fire Eater's Grill. One thing that doesn't make a lot of sense are these characters here. Of course, walking into another walkway that they have here, you can see more marketplace stuff. Of course, Delicious Kebabs, another quick service restaurant. So that's two in the area. There's the ever-present All Hallows Eve Boutique. It's always changing with the season. This in itself can make an amazing little side shop. And of course, we have the Talking Fountain, one of the staples here in Lost Continent. So what could replace something like this? What could it be? Oh, look at him go. And then back here we have the old Sinbad attraction, which is another theater area. And sometimes this is used as the extended queue for Hagrid's. Now that I've kind of given you an overview of the land and the attraction, let's go find somewhere quiet so we can talk. This spot looks as good as any. Let's go over here. All right, I found me a good spot back here so we can just talk about this for just a couple of minutes. And while I know that there's a lot of people that are very upset about this attraction closing and that it coming to an end next month, I want to offer hope about this section, that there can be more that will come. And there's so much real estate back here, there's so much that they can do back here that I feel like it does need a change. Now, yes, given in its original attraction from 1999, I do understand that. But at the same time, I feel like change is needed, and change is needed desperately. So there's a couple of things that Universal can do with this land. Number one, they could just keep it the same, just keep it absolutely the same, do nothing, maybe change the attraction to something else that is not an IP. And what I mean by IP, I mean intellectual property. That means stuff like Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, Back to the Future, those kind of things. They could do that, or they could go the other route, and they could give us something unique and different that no one else has. Now, the first thing that comes to mind, and the most obvious thing that I believe it should be, is Legend of Zelda, the land of Hyrule. So we do know through rumor and speculation at one time there were plans to do a Legend of Zelda attraction here in the Lost Continent, because it would just flow together and just make sense. I said earlier to keep in mind the temple. Now the temple, if you know in Zelda, it's one thing you do in Zelda is go through the temples and to complete your task and everything else like that that you need to do in the game. So there's like a water temple, an air temple, there's all kinds of stuff that's like that. So that's an idea. Given that with the marketplace and stuff like that, it just kind of makes sense to me that that would be what they would do. Because if you've been Link and you've been walking through the lands of Hyrule, you know there are a lot of shops that are very similar to what we have in there. Where you pick up the pots, you throw them, and you get rupees. It's awesome. I do feel like there's so much potential here. Now, what would the attraction be? Well, I would think you would do maybe another kind of walkthrough attraction, but maybe not, maybe like a boat ride. That would be pretty cool. Kind of going with Wind Waker and all that stuff. That would be a very huge possibility. I don't know. I really don't know what the attraction would be. I know it needs to be a dark ride. Whatever it is, it needs to be a dark ride. It doesn't need to be a roller coaster or anything like that. It just needs to be some type of a dark ride that they can fit in there. Because if you look at the map, they have areas back there like Sinbad and the actual show building for Poseidon's Fury. They have a lot of room that they could do something with. Now let's talk about stuff like at the front, the statue, Griffey, like I like to call him. What could you do there? Well, there's some statues in The Legend of Zelda that you could do. What I would do is I would probably do a statue of Link, since he's the most popular character, since he is so famous in the land of Hyrule and the Legend of Zelda, right? I would probably do that and replace him with that. Now, another thing is the talking fountain. Now, there is a talking tree in the Legend of Zelda lore. They could easily change that. They could just make it a talking tree. Keep the voice the same, do all that, but change it to a talking tree. Now, I love the Legend of Zelda games. I'm a huge fan. I don't know everything when it comes to Legend of Zelda. I don't know every aspect. I can't tell you all the history, but an attraction with Ganon as the villain in the attraction would be amazing. I think it would be great. It would go right along with the deal that was struck between Universal and Nintendo. It would go right along with building Epic Universe right down the road that way. And also, it's gonna knock another tooth out of Walt Disney World Corporation, whatever you want to call it. It'll be something else that Walt Disney World will have to compete with, because Universal's coming up with all this stuff and bringing more and more people into their actual parks. I think that's an amazing idea. I think it's a great idea. Frankly, it wasn't my idea. I've heard the rumors, and I just think it makes the most sense. So what I'm talking about is a complete re-theme of the land. Lost Continent, Mythos, the shops, the Fire Grill, everything, the All Hallows Eve Boutique, everything re-themed to The Legend of Zelda, to Hyrule. And you could just do some really cool stuff. As I mentioned earlier, the characters here, they have random characters like Poe here, which I guess kind of fits with it, but it just doesn't make sense. Imagine a meet and greet like that with Link. Now, I would probably do it very similar to the way that Super Mario is done over in Hollywood, and it's going to be here, where it's a man in a big costume. I would probably do the same here, just give Link a big head and just let him walk around, and in Zelda as well. There's a lot of things you can do. Minya, all kinds of stuff. So, with that being said, I think that that's probably the best possible option. I don't know if Universal will do it. I hope they will. I feel like, you know, we just make this video and talk about it and see what could happen. But there's another option. The other option would be a Lord of the Rings style land. And if they were going to do it, it would make sense for it to be right here. Now, a lot of people think that if they're going to do so, that they're going to do that in Epic Universe, like the second phase of building Epic Universe, which is very possible. But I still hold out hope that Lord of the Rings will make its way to Universal. Now, here recently, the Embracer Group bought all the rights to the Lord of the Rings, like the movies and stuff like that, so they're sharing those rights with Warner Brothers. But one thing that is notable that Embracer bought was the theme park rights. So that's potential too. We don't know yet. We just really don't know. And at this point, it's fun to speculate, it's fun to talk, but Universal ultimately knows what they're going to do. And hopefully they do something amazing, because I would love to see it. I just would love to see it done. Lord of the Rings, Legend of Zelda. I would actually do Legend of Zelda here and switch Lord of the Rings over to Epic Universe is what I would do. But I feel like they need an IP here. We have the same ordeal here. Everything here in this Islands of Adventure is an IP, and a lot of people disagree with that. They're like, no, leave it non-IP. But with what Universal's trying to do, trying to compete, trying to overthrow the throne of theme park king. I think it makes sense to make this an IP. I really do. Also, someone mentioned an Animal Crossing land. That would be kind of cool. They would have to like totally redo it, but I think it'd be kind of awesome. Now, if you're asking me like, how would they do this? How would they go about this? They would just have to put up barriers, construction walls up from the bridge to the other side of where Hogsmeade Station is. So it would suck if you're coming into the park. You would have to walk all the way around to get to Hogsmeade, but it would make more sense to me to do that, to completely shut off the land itself. So I don't know, that's my ideas. And I think it's starting to rain, even though the sun's out. It must mean the devil's beating his wife. And that is the cheesiest line I've ever heard in my life. I think my mom taught me that, I don't know, but I know it's like some kind of old wives' tale or something. Now you're probably asking, why aren't you going through the attraction today? Well, I'm saving that for the last day, which is gonna be May the 9th. So, Lord willing, I'm planning on being out here May the 9th for the last day of Poseidon's Fury. And then of course, after that, you're gonna see all the construction walls go up. So, it's gonna be cool though. I'm excited about it. So let's go out throughout the rest of the park. Let's check out some things that might be new over here on our way out. There is nothing more depressing than seeing spilt popcorn. I've made it over to Marvel Superhero Island and I'm gonna take a look over here. There's a new shop or a new pop-up stand. Also, I think they have menus now. Okay, yeah, here it is once again. It looks like they've just put the LED boards up, or LCD boards, but no actual menu yet. I love the look of this though. I like the color of it. I'd say it's probably gonna be stuff like pizza, pretzels, maybe a little bit more. I've always thought these things were cool. It's like you can just kind of sit on them, chill, lean all the way back. I'm gonna fall and bust my face in a minute. And why not head into the trading company before we leave, see if there's anything new. Now, I have not seen this yet. This is pretty cool. It's Loungefly. It's $82. This one's awesome though, look at that. Fur on the side. That's awesome. They're running a deal on the chocolate frogs as always, 3 for $35. I don't know if I've seen this before, but I love this mug. Hogwarts alumni, $21. That's awesome. Hold the phone, this one's pretty amazing. Here's the other side, this is pretty cool. I can never remember what the Minions characters' names are. Is it Tim? I don't know, this one's kind of cool with a little bear outfit on. Bingo, Dino DNA. That's pretty cool. Oh, it has side pockets on the side there. That's nice. $82 for this one. Oh, now that is cool. Why haven't I seen this yet? I feel like I have and I feel like I haven't. This is awesome. Oh man, I found Luigi. Been looking for him. $15 for that. Oh, that's so cool. It does look beautiful from over here, doesn't it? Like, it looks awesome. But soon, I'm sure it'll change into something else. Also, I wanted to add that Mythos is a restaurant that could be rethemed to something. Call it Ganon's, or call it, I don't know, Minya's restaurant. You could do that. Play on the M. Do that, I don't know. It's just an idea. All of these are just ideas. But a lot of it is what I'd like to see, you know? So with all that being said, with all the speculation today, I think it shows promise for the future, for what's coming here to Universal. I think it's gonna be an amazing thing. I think they're gonna do some really cool stuff here. They are trying to compete. They are trying to dethrone the king in town. And I think that doing something like changing this is the first step to doing that. Well, I mean, they've already made first steps to doing that, but they continue to do that. It'll grow. It'll become more amazing, more awesome, more possibility. So Universal, I know you're going to do something amazing. Even if it's not what I want you to do, I know it's going to be something awesome and it's going to make sense. I mean, you haven't been wrong yet, despite Back to the Future closing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when our next video is coming out. And remember, the road goes ever on. I'll see you guys tomorrow.